I met my stepmom when she was my babysitter. Before we start this story, guys, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button with the notification bell on. After watching this whole video, leave me a comment what I should have done in this situation, because it gets kind of crazy. Let's get on with the story. Okay, so I've actually, after like 2 years of this person babysitting me, found out that it was actually my stepmom. You're probably really confused, and I completely understand why. The title of this and the whole story just kind of doesn't make sense. But trust me, get to the very end, you'll understand everything. It becomes like a good story, and also quite an emotional one, I'm not gonna lie. And a very smart plan. Okay, so when I was like 10 to 14 years old, my parents would always go to work and I would babysit. And this would happen like every single day, Monday through till Friday, when my parents were obviously at work from like 9 till 5. I'd obviously go to school in the morning, there'd be no babysitter, I'd get home, and then from like that 3 o'clock to like, well, 6 o'clock when my parents actually got home, I would have a babysitter. She'd pick me up from school, take me home. And just so I know, I make some kind of outrageous stories sometimes, and this isn't outrageous. I didn't do anything with my babysitter. Like I said, I was 10 years old, okay? But like I said, it's an insane story still. So anyway, this woman, the woman that, you know, my parents sort of hired, was probably like 18 years old, just able to be working, was just looking for like some easy money. She was actually at, you know, college. She'd go to college. She'd drive over to me, pick me up from school, and then we'd go home together. Looking back at it, she was a nice girl. She was a really nice girl. She's a very attractive girl, and I really liked her. She was a really nice person. Another thing is, I don't know if I've told you, I've definitely told you this before, but I don't know if I've told you when they actually split, my mum and my dad. So my mum and my dad split last year, so 2018. Well, I guess it's 2020 now, so technically 2 years ago. It's nearly 2020, but 2 years ago. So 2 years ago, my mum and my dad split up. They got a divorce. My dad obviously moved out. I stayed in with my mum. It was a very emotional time for me, and obviously it is for anyone that's been through a divorce. It sucks. It's literally like the whole of your family like splitting in half. So anyway, this girl was a really nice girl. I need to talk about it. I need to tell you exactly what this girl was like, so you can get an understanding of I guess, what my dad saw. So this girl was lovely. She was a blonde-haired girl, you know, blonde, I guess cute. I don't know, I was like 10, but cute. Funny, she was really funny and really caring. She was just a nice girl overall, just like a typical, you know, like Daisy from down the street, and makes the whole neighborhood t-shirts to wear so they all look like one big group. That kind of girl, you know. Flower in the hair. Freaking, she wears summer dresses and she looks like she's in a movie. Should be like a hipster. That's the kind of girl we're dealing with right now. The whitest smile. I mean, she had like the biggest smile in the world. It'd make you feel happy if you looked at her. Right, enough of these compliments. She did end up ruining the whole of my life pretty much. So that's all of the nice part of the video. Now I'm gonna start slating her because she kind of sucks. So now, here we go. This girl was lovely. Every single day, my dad would come home at 6 o'clock, would be like, oh, hello. We're actually just gonna call her Daisy, because I said it earlier. He'd come home and be like, oh,
Daisy, you've done such a great job. I really appreciate you being here. I think you're amazing. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow.
And then he would obviously pay her, but he would obviously only pay her on the Friday. Like, at the end of the week, he'd pay her every week. And it was quite a lot of money. And honestly, I was a good kid. I mean, for example, I would get home from school, she would make me a snack, I'd go and sit on my PlayStation or Wii or whatever I was doing at this point in time. That was it. I'd stay there all night. I mean, she didn't have to do anything. I don't know why my parents even needed a babysitter. I didn't do anything. My mum would also talk to Daisy, but was never like friendly with her. I guess she actually saw some like flirty behavior between my dad and her as well, maybe. And there's another thing. My dad is 44, I think, somewhere around there, years old at this point. She is 18, okay? You understand that? There is a 6 plus. I don't actually know my dad's age. Does anyone else, like, really know their dad's age? My dad is so old now, I lost count. So anyway, like, 26 years plus, somewhere around there. Different, so it's weird, really weird. And like I said, she was still at school, like at college, so again, weird. So anyway, I'm sidetracking again. Me and Daisy spent 4 years together. Literally every single day for 4 years, every day I was at school. Obviously Christmas and stuff, she wasn't there. Summer holidays, she wasn't there. But those 4 years, it was me, like the 10-year-old with this 18-year-old, and then I became 14, she became 22, and at this point we were good friends. Like, because when you go through like 10, 11, 12, 13, you sort of man up, and then you understand how to talk to people, how to make friendships with people that are a little bit older than you. So we actually became good friends. She was almost like my big sister. I mean, she was there every single day. We would speak every single day. She'd drive me home from school every single day, and she just didn't go to university. I really don't know why. And she just kept telling me, oh, I love doing it. I love, you know, kids. She loves talking to people and blah. And I was completely okay with that because, like I said, she was really nice. I genuinely started to like her. And at this point in time, I thought, you know, when I got to 14 years old, I don't need a babysitter. I'm old enough. I'm never going to see this girl ever again in my life. And that was sad. That was honestly sad. I remember the day she left. I literally remember. It was the 3rd of September, the very last day of summer holiday. Like, you know, that big, you know, 2-month period you get off after, you know, school ends. She'd been babysitting me the whole of summer, so we, you know, had awesome time. And I'd also seen this girl in bikinis. That doesn't really mean a lot. But I'd seen her in bikinis. We went, you know, we went in the pool together. We, you know, went to swimming together. We did a lot together. Honestly, she was literally like my sister. And obviously my other siblings was with her as well. It wasn't just me. So anyway, not that seeing her in a bikini matters or anything. It's not weird. But anyway, I think she was comfortable around me. I was comfortable around her. It was all good. I knew I could ask her anything pretty much. I'm just trying to make you understand how weird this whole, you know, situation was for me. So anyway, the 3rd of September, last day, she tells me, well, my dad tells me that she is not going to be babysitting me anymore because she is going to university. So she did. She went to university, we said goodbye, and we didn't talk at all. We didn't speak. I don't know what happened. Well, I lied. We probably spoke for about a month over text, and that was it. She was 22 at the end of the day. I was 14. It was never going to happen. It was always a bit weird. We weren't actually blood related. So yeah, I guess it was kind of weird. So we didn't talk. But then, okay, then last year, 4 years go past, my dad and my mum get a divorce. This girl is now 26 years old at this point. My dad's probably like, I don't know, 50 maybe, somewhere around 48, somewhere around, I don't know. Honestly, I just don't know. But she's 26, there's probably, well, there's still the amount of years I said, 26 years, so maybe he's 52? Wait, my dad's 52? No, that doesn't feel right. Maybe 50. So just, I don't know. I genuinely don't know, okay? So anyway, regardless of the ages, it's last year, okay? My dad tells me and my mum tells me, they sit me down, they say, we're getting a divorce. They don't love each other anymore, blah, 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 blah. If you've ever been through this, it's the most awkward period of time. You don't know what to say, and then you just cry for ages after it actually happened. And you can't do anything about it. You just cry and cry and cry. I was 18 years old and I was still really upset. Literally, I mean, it's just like your family being split. It's disgusting, it's horrible, it just sucks. So anyway, after the breakup, around like 3 months go past, my dad obviously found a new house. I'd go visit him on certain days. And he didn't have a girlfriend, he didn't have a wife yet, I guess. My mum hadn't got a boyfriend, they were both single, but they both lived in different houses, and I would always visit whoever. I mainly lived at my mum's house, and I'd go to my dad's every so often. I say every so often, like every 4 days a week, 3 days a week. So it was very, you know, it was very balanced. So anyway, like another 2 months go past, we're nearly at 2019. We're at about October of 2018 right now. And I go around my dad's house. I go into my dad's house, everything's super normal. And then my dad tells me that we're gonna have a guest round for dinner. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. Maybe my granddad, maybe, you know, my nan, someone like that would be cool. My cousin, someone is coming round, which is dope. My siblings are all there, it's fun, we're having a cool time. We basically, because we don't see my dad a lot, we do like adventurous and sort of fun things. We'd play games or something, I don't know, something stupid. We have like quad bikes and pit bikes and stuff like that, so we'd go out on our quad bikes if it was snowing, or just kind of like slippy, we'd go ice skating or I don't know, random things, okay? I'm trying to give you, it was fun around my dad's house. So we're all sat around the dinner table, and then Daisy, yes, the babysitter, walks through the door. And I was really happy. I actually ran and gave her a hug because I was thinking, oh my God, it's Daisy. I haven't seen her in so long. Like, we're the best of friends. I'm now 18 years old. She is now 26. So we're like, we could be besties. Like, that's not much of a difference. I'm a man. She's a woman. Hey, you know, Daisy, come here, give me a hug. So we do this really long hug. We get to know each other again because obviously she actually had a job now. She was out of uni. She had a job. She was working. It was crazy. And she looked a lot older, which I don't know if it's a compliment or a negative, but she looked different. She wasn't this happy flower in the hair girl anymore. She was like a normal, nice girl that was just, you know, working. She was a working female, which is Go women. This is this is where things get very awkward. So after this long hug, after we catch up at the dinner table, my dad tells me that we have an announcement. So I'm thinking, okay, where's this going, Dad? I obviously knew that my dad was sort of flirty towards Daisy. They'd talk a lot, that he'd pay her a lot of money as well. But I didn't think anything had happened before. You know, I didn't think they'd kissed or anything. And they didn't. I'm not saying they did. But my dad turns around and says, meet your new stepmom. Yeah. You can probably guess my reaction. I was in shock. I mean, imagine your dad turning around telling you that your old babysitter is now your stepmom. It's so... I feel like I know her better than my dad does. I mean, it's just crazy. It's insane to think about it. I met my stepmom, like, when I was 10 years old. I met her 8 years before she was even my stepmom. It's such a small world. It's so weird to think about. And to this day, she's still my stepmom. They're still happily married. So, I mean, I can't diss them. And, I mean, they'll probably see this video and hello. I'm not gonna lie, my dad knows about my YouTube channel, so he might actually see this video. So, genuinely, hi, Dad. I hope you didn't take anything about Daisy as an insult. But yeah, that's it. That's pretty much the whole story. I don't know. I thought I'd share it with you guys because I thought you'd think it was pretty crazy. I know it's pretty crazy. I mean, imagine your babysitter if you've got one right now. You know, if you have, leave me a comment if you've got one. Imagine in 8 years' time, that person becomes your stepmom. It's insane. But thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this story. If you did, that's awesome. I'll see you guys tomorrow in front of a banger. Peace.